About Al-Biruni and his methods? I think it's great.
Okay, go ahead, Regis. You have the con.
All right, let's see if Unorthodox wants to chat.
What's up? Kind of in the middle of something.
What about that Al-Biruni argument? Is this new just to me, or because nobody commented on it?
No, this has been around for a long time. They didn't get the radius from Eratosthenes. They have no primary source document, and their secondary source documentation is belly-laughingly weak, right? The actual radius came from Al-Biruni.
Wow. So, Unorthodox, what do you think about that?
About Al-Biruni and his methods? I think it's great. I think he's a smart guy.
Even though,
I mean, it's a logical deduction. Where's the problem with the logic?
Where's the problem? You want me to repeat it? If he was taking the angle from an apparent, i.e. refracted horizon, how can you get a geometric radius from that? Over.
Well, it wouldn't be perfect. It would be within an error margin, and you would do it in multiple ways under different conditions.
Okay, let's take a look at the Black Swan.
We've confirmed his method.
Let's take a look at the Black Swan. Hold on one second.
They have the same result.
Hold on one second. Let's take a look at the Black Swan. Let me get over there. One second, please.
I mean, you got to admit, it is a little odd that his calculation perfectly matches up with
your begging the question fallacy story. Yeah, that's really coincidental. Okay. So in this photograph right here, if Al-Biruni was right here, and he calculated this horizon right here, and he would estimate that let's make it conservative, that the horizon is 9.41 miles, at least. We could say 10 miles. It's actually much further than that, but we'll just use 10 miles. Al-Biruni, the radius that he would calculate it of the Earth, you know what it would be?
About 4,000 miles.
264,000 miles.
That's the distance to the moon.
Turn out the lights. Party's over. Thank you.
So how do you explain Al-Biruni's method matching Eratosthenes? How do you explain the two numbers matching?
Yeah, hold on. It doesn't. Maybe he needs me to tell him off. Did you not just listen to a word that was just spoken to you? It doesn't match a globe model. You don't have a geometric horizon. Sorry, did you not just listen to what was... I start getting annoyed with it.
I can show you the calculation right now.
What was your reply about the moon and the distance to it? Did you say that's half the distance to the moon?
That's the distance to the moon, 260,000 miles. What he just stated. I think he's getting the math mixed up.
Hold on. So, based on Al-Biruni's method, that's how far the horizon in the Black Swan is. You realise that?
Based on, are you talking about taking the Black Swan image and using Al-Biruni's method on it?
Yeah.
What, like I just specifically said? Yes, if you'd have listened the first, second, and third time, rather than doing what you're doing now, which is talking while I'm talking, you might have heard that your declaration that Al-Biruni's method gives you something wildly in excess of what you think correlates with your geometric assumption. Well, then it wouldn't be a very good method now, would it?
I wasn't speaking, so I don't know what you're talking about there in terms of interruption. But so who measured the angle? I'd like to see your calculation because I don't think
my goodness gracious, boy, it's just never mind. let's continue.
It's too dumb to understand what's happened. That's what's happening here. It doesn't really appreciate what's happened. He's told us that's absurd. That's a massive size. That's using Al-Biruni's method. But Al-Biruni's method's good. My God, how slow are you?
I think you messed up the calculation. I'd like to see it.
Really? How? Really? Really? You really? You know who else thought that? Mr. Sensible. He thought it might make a difference of about a mile. Oh, how wrong he was, though, when you actually use that method to work out how far the geometric horizon would be. Suddenly gets described by the people who do understand this argument as not being geometric anymore. We haven't got white swans, geometric horizons, refracted suddenly. That's because it doesn't match the Al-Biruni method, you bonehead. Not because it's really good, because it gives you, what was it you put it as? Half the distance to the moon for the horizon. Yeah, that seems wildly inaccurate given that you think it's 39.59. Yeah? Hello? Is the penny dropped yet? Maybe another stony silence.
Let's just go back.
I think the calculation's messed up.
Let's just go back to. Let's just go back. Hold on. Before we get to the calculations.
Hold on. He thinks it's Al-Biruni's. The one that you think's really good. That's the one being used.
Al-Biruni used the black swan image to do a calculation.
How many more times? The calculation's the one that you're defending. It's Al-Biruni's. You think that's messed up, do you? Yeah, we'd agree. Welcome to Flat Earth. That's where you got your radius, you bonehead. As the penny's still not dropped. I don't mind doing this 6 more times. It's fun for the audience. How stupid you are.
Nathan, I think you're mistaken about history. Al-Biruni did not... He's not alive today, so he couldn't calculate your photo using the black swan photo. So he didn't do it. You took his method.
We can.
Hold on, I'm not
but we can.
speaking. Hold on, let me finish.
Yeah, but we can use these calculations. We can.
And then you applied. You tried to take his method and come up with a number, and you failed miserably because that is woefully. That is like 5 to 10 orders of magnitude off from what you'd expect. Show me the calculation.
You'd expect based on a model.
Yes, right. Unorthodox. It's orders of magnitude wrong. If we've got a geometric sphere Earth beneath our feet of 39.59 and we utilize Al-Biruni's method based on horizon dip measurements, then it would be orders of magnitude wrong. That's right. Welcome to Flat Earth.
No, your calculation is incorrect.
No, it's not incorrect. And let's hold on a second. Before we get to the calculations, let's just go back to the concept. His concept was to take a refracted, because you guys are saying that what we see is an apparent or refracted horizon, correct?
Yes, just basic physics / optics.
No, it's not physics, and it's not optics.
Optics
you said
is a branch of physics.
So no, it's not.
It is.
No. What's the observed phenomena? Let's go here. I love this.
It's a branch of science, quantum research.
Science. Yeah, science. We're going to use the scientific method with this. Go ahead. Observe natural phenomena, please. That's what I thought.
See an image moving around.
That's what. Oh, you're going to go for this? You're going to go for this?
How about this? Observe phenomena. The
horizon
moving from day to day.
The horizon moving from day to day. That's the dependent variable. What's the independent variable? What you control. Or what
you can measure.
What you vary and manipulate is the independent variable.
Well, we're talking about on an Earth science, so you wouldn't be able to control the temperature on Earth.
Then it's not science. Say goodnight.
Temperatures.
So that point's ended. Okay, now back to the original concept. So he is measuring an apparent refracted horizon and deducing from that apparent refracted horizon the geometric radius. Do you see a problem with that?
You have to forgive me. You broke up.
I'm sorry.
Repeat that quickly.
Am I coming through? How am I coming through, guys?
Coming good.
Coming
You
good?
broke up for me. Would you mind repeating that quickly?
Yeah, I'm going to say it again. So Al-Biruni's method was to look at what you guys call the apparent or refracted horizon. So how can he deduce a geometric radius from an apparent or refracted horizon?
Well, you do it over land, and you would do it from multiple locations.
It doesn't matter.
Multiple days, and you would get an average. And we know that from his calculations that it matches Eratosthenes.
It matches Eratosthenes. All of a sudden, it matched Eratosthenes.
It's not going to be perfect by any means.
Right.
But
it's nonsensical at its base. Conceptually, it's non sequitur. Don't you see it?
Because refraction is most abundant over large bodies of water.
That doesn't answer my question.
Then you don't have that issue.
I don't care. It's non sequitur. You haven't dealt with the non sequitur yet. I don't care what refraction is. At this point, I don't care. It doesn't matter with my argument right now. You can't use an apparent or refracted horizon to deduce geometric radius. You can't do it.
Like I said, his number matches Eratosthenes.
Oh my God.
So we know it's close. It's not perfect. It's not perfect by any means, but it's close. That's how you know it's true. When you have multiple methods pointing to the same thing.
Hello? You keep going around in circles. The reason it's non sequitur, if it's refracted, it is not geometric. Are you saying, well, the origin story for where we got the radius value, we all assume in this geometric calculator, doesn't work. But I'll continue to beg the question anyway, even though it's non sequitur, to deduce geometry from refracted positions. It's not going to be geometric if it's refracted. It's complete nonsense. You're saying, I don't care, the origin story still matches on the average day when I go and look at it and correlate it with the model that's completely smashed because we don't have a geometric horizon anymore to do geometry with. But I'll still correlate it on the right weather conditions. Well, good for you. You know, if you want to continue trusting in R, you're going to have a job drawing tangent lines in your model anymore if everything's refracted. We keep going over this with you.
I mean, yes, you're true. Light does refract, but there's ways you can account for that. There's certain times, certain temperatures, certain places that you can use in order to reduce that error bar. Okay. And there is an error bar. There's always going to be error bar. But when you have two methods converging
I understand.
same calculation, you know that is the basis for some truth.
Yeah. Without you launching into what refraction is. It essentially means it's deviated from straight. I just need you to confirm that without talking incessantly afterwards. Can you please confirm that you understand that if it's refracted, it has deviated from straight? You would understand and agree with that? Yes?
Yes.
A tangent straight.
Yes. Right. Like I said, error
Yeah,
bars.
No, that's not your cue to talk, Dumbo. So, geometry requires tangents being drawn to the tip of your curved surface claimed to be physical and geometric and sphere-shaped. That's a straight line, a tangent. And you're telling us about how these things have deviated from straight. Not straight. Not going to be doing geometry then. Do you see the non sequitur deriving something geometric, i.e. utilizing tangents, straight lines, but justifying why you can do it on an average day with something that has deviated from straight, the antithesis of what is required for geometry? How long before this penny drops? It's so painful.
Nobody ever claimed it to be perfect. There's an error bar, and it's a margin of error.
Really, in geometry, it's just a straight line. But you morons have got donkey geometry, and think that, no, it doesn't have to be straight and perfect. That's what geometry is. So you go away and bastardize geometry. In real geometry, in the real world, it's a straight line. That's what a tangent is. But you carry on by telling us about how it's refracted, deviated from straight. Definitely not going to comply with geometry then, sunshine. You let me know in this penny drops.
No, go ahead, Chocolate, and let Unorthodox. I'll allow him the last word.
Unorthodox. You're speaking about a margin of error. So if you have a margin of error, how did you ever get the actual distance of the radius?
There's certain wavelengths of the electromagnetic spectrum that don't refract.
Right, and
i.e. radar.
Al-Biruni calculated that?
No, he didn't use radar.
Right, thank you. So then you can't have an actual distance to your radius, right?
Well, we've since confirmed his calculations and Eratosthenes using radar.
Using
They all
radar.
match. They all match. 3 different methods.
No,
and
see,
they
the
all
whole
match.
point of this is that it doesn't match to reality when in the Black Swan, using Al-Biruni's method, the size of the radius would be 264,000 miles.
I don't believe that.
Do you understand how that does? It's not about belief. This is your math, right?
I
The
don't
math
believe
that
you did the
gave
math.
you your radius. You
Yeah.
don't believe in math now?
Hold on a
don't
second.
believe it was done
Hold on a
properly,
second, Chocolate. No, it's
Yeah.
using the Pythagorean formula. We can deduce the radius from these measurements. So, just as a point of fact, it's Pythagorean formula. Thanks.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll do the calculation after I'm done here, and I would bet you my left testicle it's not 200.
Oh, I'll take that bet.
Please.
I want that left
Okay.
testicle. Yes.
All right.
Pythagorean formula.
Big boy?
You're nuts on the line, brother.
Yep, you're
Yeah,
nuts on
buddy.
the line.
You don't do it.
Yep. I want to see a Pythagorean formula. Yep, because I got the calculations. I got all of them. Everywhere from 10 miles, 12 miles, 15 miles, 20 miles, 25 miles, and 30 miles. Yes, sir. Got them right here. So thank you
Bet
very
messed up
much.
your units or something.
I'll add that to my
It's a
belt.
wrap.
All right.
It's a
Hey,
wrap
Betty.
for your nuts,
Now, I'm
brother.
going to give you the last word. Unorthodox. That's an unorthodox position for me. I'm going to give you the last word. You got 1 minute, sir. Go.
All I'd like to simply state is we have 3 methods converging on the same value. We have Eratosthenes' method, Al-Biruni's method, and modern-day radar. They all converge on the exact same radius value. That is extremely good evidence that the Earth is in fact a sphere with a radius very close to 3,959 miles.
Thank you.
That's it.
Appreciate it.
Just to smash the last 50 comments out of the ballpark in regards to assuming that there's only a margin of error and you could go back on different days. Bear in mind that during this show, whilst taken through one of the methods, the method used to assume the radius value in the first instance, we had a margin error of, well, 3959 to halfway to the moon. That was the margin of error, just so that people are aware of how badly he was smashed when he made that declaration late in the game. Anyway, no, the Black Swan, I agree. I mean, if people get bored of an argument that obliterates the heliocentric model, then I don't know what they're going to come to a show about that very subject, because that's what it's all about, right? No, I'm never going to get tired of pummeling the heliocentric model into the incoherent oblivion based on its woeful lack of a physical geometric sphere edge for a horizon. That to me is just something quite beautiful.